2025 is here and we of course are going to continue creating videos for you. Also, something that never changes is we offer Windows 11 Pro retail keys. For just $12.50, purchase one today and you are good to go for the end of the year when Windows 10 is end of life.
A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view.
For over 10 years, my channel has been all about modding Skyrim's graphics. From EMBs to Wabbajack, high-end resolution textures from the beginning in 2011, I've been pushing this game to look as breathtaking as possible. My first graphics guide, well, it was released way back in 2014, and that was the start of my YouTube channel. And after all these years, I think Skyrim finally looks the way it was meant to be, or at least as good as a 2011 game running on a horrible Bethesda engine can possibly look. But here's the thing, while I've spent all these years perfecting the visuals, I never really focused much on gameplay expansions. I was just too busy with creating tutorials and creating Wabbajack, as an example. But what good is a great looking world if you played the game for, I don't know, for 10, 12, 13, 14 years. The game already dates back from 2011. And you finally replayed all of the quests and everything from the original game, and there's nothing new to experience. Well, guess what? After 14 years of modding Skyrim, Skyrim Legendary Edition and Skyrim Special Edition, it is finally time to dive into the biggest expansion DLC-sized mods that bring entirely new adventures, NPCs, voice lines, lands, quests, you name it. And the best part, everything is free. Well, we already of course had the Dawnguard and Dragonborn expansion. This is really that size. A lot of these mods I'm going to show you today are that size of fully DLC, and they are all free. And another great thing is they're also compatible. Most of them, I think, I would say at least 70-80%, maybe all of them, I'm not 100% sure, is compatible with Skyrim VR. So if you have fully modded your Skyrim VR, an example with the Mad Gods overall, you can also use these amazing expansion packs. So we've carefully chosen 10 of the best expansion mods based on 4 key factors, I would say. Storyline quality, world design, immersion, and just sheer awesomeness and fun to play. So if you're really looking to breathe finally new life into the original vanilla Skyrim and the 2 already DLC we have, these are the biggest DLC sized mod packs you should check out for yourself. Alright, so grab your sweet rolls, equip your best Daedric armor, and let's just dive into Skyrim's greatest DLC sized expansion mods. And no, we're not counting horse armor from Oblivion. Imagine a Skyrim where the story is darker, the combat is deeper, and the RPG mechanics are actually, well, more like an RPG. So welcome to Enderal, the Forgotten Stories. This is not really just a mod, this is a fully blown total conversion DLC, the first one we're going to handle today, that turns Skyrim into an entirely new game. So it's not really just a Skyrim with extra quests, this is a completely new world. It has nothing to do with the Skyrim continent. This is a new world with new lore, new characters, and an original story that isn't just tied to the Elder Scrolls universe. So if you love Skyrim but you want something entirely new and fresh, this is the mod for you. So Enderal ditches Skyrim's traditional leveling system and does it in favor of something more hardcore. You can specialize in classes, gain unique abilities, and the world actually reacts to your choices. So no more chosen one cliches are here, you're just trying to survive in a land full of mystery, danger, and some seriously messed up plot twists. So really something different than the other Elder Scrolls games you've played, and of course that includes Skyrim. So what about combat? Well, way harder than vanilla Skyrim. So enemies hit really like a mammoth on steroids, and button smashing and, you know, doing cheesy tactics from Skyrim, that won't save you in this game. Think more about as Dark Souls, the game Dark Souls, but with more dialogue and, well, hopefully fewer rage quits than Dark Souls gave you. So let's go back a little bit to the dialogue. So Enderal's voice acting is absolutely top notch. So really well done, and we're talking about fully voiced NPCs with deep stories, political intrigue, and actual character development. You know, the kind of writing that makes you actually care about the people you meet, and that's not really what the original Skyrim used to have. So really, really well done as well when it comes to voice acting. The world itself is really, really massive. The story is brutal, and the ending, well, let's just say it isn't really a good ending fairy tale, but absolutely Enderal, if you really want an RPG experience that pushes you to think, explore, and actually feel something, Enderal is an absolutely must play. It's it's really not super new like 2024, 2025-ish, but this is still one of the best, if not the best DLC-sized game you can actually play. You can literally download it on Steam as a separate project, so it's not even a mod or something which you need to install via Mod Organizer, which is really, really cool. And best of all, also this is completely free. Really awesome. You can download it for free on Steam, like I said. Just download, install, and get ready to go in one of the best RPG deal-sized mods ever made for Skyrim. And yeah, you really can't go wrong with free. So I really had to put this on one, probably the most famous, but also one of the best DLC-sized mods, or mods is actually become a project. This is Enderal Forgotten Stories. Remember the first time you stepped into Cyrodiil in the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion? Well, I did a couple of videos now, the last one about Sky Oblivion, but wow, Oblivion really had these amazing visuals, amazing cities, nice green forests, of course the Imperial City, and this northern town of Bruma. And Bruma really borders Skyrim, which is really amazing, and it really adds to an amazing possibility for a possible DLC. And that is Beyond Skyrim Bruma. So Beyond Skyrim Bruma brings us back to Cyrodiil, the province of Oblivion, of course, Elder Scrolls 4, but now through the lens of Skyrim's engine. So this is the first officially released part of the very, very ambitious Beyond Skyrim project. This is an amazing fan-driven project, and it aims to try to rebuild all of Tamriel, so all of the provinces, within Skyrim's world. Not sure if that's gonna happen. Probably we will have actually the Elder Scrolls 6 at that time before those guys finish it. But hey, it is an absolutely amazing project, and Beyond Skyrim Bruma is actually here. That's not something which you can say from the Elder Scrolls 6. So let me tell you, this is not just about some remake about Bruma, only the city. This really covers the full top part of Cyrodiil, so where the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion took place. And you can actually see the Imperial City from a distance, and it has been very, very well made out. Really Bruma, the city itself, but everything around it really feels alive. So this means NPCs have schedules, they do their jobs, go to the tavern, that kind of stuff. And what's the biggest difference here, I would say, between Enderal is that Beyond Skyrim Bruma is, of course, a Elder Scrolls project, or how do you say that? It's an Elder Scrolls, it fits into the Elder Scrolls lore, so, and it has been done so well. I think this is definitely one of the best top quality mods on this list, that if you would have, if I would have said you this is an official Bethesda DLC, you definitely wouldn't have doubt about it. That is the amazing quality that this mod has. So fully voiced, custom voiced actors, which is done very well. Not cheesy, it's been done very professional, and for me also definitely one of the best soundtracks ever in a video game. I still use a lot of its music for my own videos, just as background music, or just when I want to relax or work from home. I love to listen to the amazing soundtrack that Beyond Skyrim Bruma has to offer. And an example, fun things like the guards, they actually sound more like Oblivion guards. I mean, what is Bruma without a dude in a metal armor saying something passive-aggressive to you every 5 seconds, just like the original Oblivion? Those kind of funny details really gives you an Oblivion vibe. So, really, really cool. So again, it's not only about Bruma as a city, it is an entire region. So you can explore the ancient Aelid ruins, uncover secrets from Oblivion's past, and get lost in a beautiful, frosty landscape of northern Cyrodiil. And yes, there are, like I said, tons and tons of quests. There are brand new dungeons, new factions, and even some throwbacks to Oblivion, which is really cool. And don't be surprised if you stumble upon something dangerous lurking into the wilds, because Bruma has its own dark secrets. So this mod isn't just only about nostalgia, this is really a super high quality, true expansion, DLC sized, really with the quality of an official Bethesda DLC. It brings also new weapons, armor, spells and fully voiced, top quality NPCs and quests that really could stand along Skyrim's official DLC. So the best part, this officially is only the beginning because the Beyond Skyrim team is still working on more regions, and I think it's a really big compliment that this mod is already out for a couple of years and it is very well compatible with a lot of graphics mod lists. So it's really as easy, or at least it was, I'm not sure if it still is, I think it is. It's as easy as just installing and dropping it all the way at the bottom of your load order or the recommended part, and that's pretty much it. No really hard installation instructions. You can just download it, install it and play it right away. You've fought dragons, you've defeated Daedric princes, but have you ever truly faced the horrors that lurk in the shadows of Tamriel? Welcome to Vigilant. This is a mod that turns Skyrim into something far darker, far more terrifying and far more Souls-like. So for the ones who love the Souls-like series, this is really your cup of tea. So Vigilant is a 4-act story-driven expansion that follows the vigilance of Stander, a faction dedicated to hunting down Daedra and the creatures that serve them. Well, that sounds simple and not that scary, right? But, well, this isn't just really another faction questline like we maybe have seen on the Dawnguard DLC. This is really a descent into madness, faith and the darkest corners of the Elder Scrolls lore. The story starts small. You are investigating Daedric corruption, but as you progress, you're being pulled deeper into a more nightmarish world filled with ancient evils, grotesque monstrosities, and horrors straight out of an amazing fever dream or a sleep paralysis experience. Maybe you've heard about that. People who are experiencing sleep paralysis see all kinds of demons and ghosts. Well, this is kind of the same atmosphere as you would experience at that point. And I really do hope you like Dark Souls, because Vigilant doesn't really hold your hand as Skyrim sometimes does. Also in this mod, the combat is very brutal, enemies are faster, stronger, and boss fights will test your reflexes like never before. So yeah, the vanilla Skyrim was very forgiving, but in here you need skill, strategy, and a whole lot of Stander's mercy to just survive. And boss fights, these are really insane. It's pretty much the same way as you know it from Dark Souls. But also insane in a really good way, because each one is very unique, very challenging, and designed to make you feel like you're fighting something truly otherworldly. And this is just any bandit with extra health. These are fully realized, lore-rich encounters that really make every battle feel meaningful. It's not only about combat, Vigilant also forces you to make choices, moral dilemmas, faith-driven decisions, and sacrifices that alter your path. So the deeper you go in, the more you'll question what is truly righteous and what is true evil at this point. So if you want a story that really grips you, challenges you, and maybe even disturbs you a little, then Vigilant is a must play. Just remember, once you start down this path, there is no turning back. What if I told you there is an entire new land waiting to be explored? One filled with epic quests, deep lore, and a full amazing main storyline. Welcome to Falskaar. Falskaar is definitely also one of the most ambitious expansion mods ever created for Skyrim. So Falskaar is where you begin your journey aboard a ship, pretty much as Morrowind was. And you're now sailing far beyond Skyrim's borders actually. So after a mysterious voyage, you arrive in Falskaar, and Falskaar is a land untouched by the Empire or the Dominion, where all prophecies are about to unfold and a rising conflict threatens the people around it and in Falskaar. And Falskaar isn't just any big island. This is a really fully realized built-up world, complete with new cities, dungeons, and an entirely original culture. And while this sounds pretty much like the weird Shivering Isle DLC that Oblivion had, trust me, this place feels really as immersive as anything in original vanilla Skyrim. So let's talk about the story, because Falskaar really also has an amazing fully voiced quest line with over 20 plus hours of gameplay, so it's even better than some of the DLC we sometimes see nowadays from Bethesda games. And you'll find yourself caught in a war between rival factions, uncovering ancient secrets and making choices that shape the fate of the land. So that's really, really cool. So what about combat in this mod? Also, Falskaar delivers huge battles, not only amazing epic battles, but huge battles, deep dungeons, and really cool boss fights that also test your skills. I have to say, these DLC-sized mods really also do something with the combat that vanilla Skyrim really didn't do. And so if you, for this specific mod, want more large-scale warfare in Skyrim, this is a great mod to try to do that. So this is not all about war and prophecy. Falskaar is filled with amazing inside quests, interesting characters, and stories that also feel really personal. It's just another amazing, great Elder Scrolls adventure, but I think these DLC-sized mods just do it sometimes better. They do it with more emotion than the original Skyrim and the original Skyrim DLC did. Only exception maybe is Serana, but that's a story for a different video. So, what is the craziest part of all of this? Falskaar was made by one person. That is right, this entire world with original music, voice acting, quests, etc, etc, was the passion project of a single modder. And guess what? He went on to work at Bethesda. That is really something cool for doing all this work to finally being recognized by Bethesda. So let's hope maybe for the Elder Scrolls 6 they will have a better DLC and maybe better believability of the NPCs. That's a thing I miss at the especially the older Elder Scrolls games and also with Starfield, believability of NPCs. You think you know the Reach? Well, think again. This isn't the Reach of Skyrim. This is the Beyond Reach mod, where the world is darker, the people are more desperate, and every step takes you deeper into a land consumed by war, madness, and something far worse. So Beyond Reach expands Skyrim into High Rock. But don't expect the noble cities and green pastures of Daggerfall. Here, in the kingdom of Riyadh, things have gone horribly wrong. Civil war rages, corruption festers, and unseen horrors just lurk beneath any surface. So really a lot of amazing cool horror mods, and this is maybe something we haven't seen that much in the original Skyrim. This is not your typical hero saves the world adventure like we've seen in all the other Elder Scrolls games. Also here in Beyond Reach, you are not the chosen one, and we've seen that in some of the other mods we already did handle. This is really a different kind of adventure where you are not some main character, you are just a survivor, just an outsider, and trust me, you will struggle to make sense of all the chaos happening around you. So this mod is really about horror. The further you explore in this world, the more you realize something unnatural is happening here. So evils stir and the dead, in example, don't stay buried. And the things you witness in this amazing mod, this amazing DLC sized overall, let's just say sometimes you wish you didn't had experienced it. So Beyond Reach is not really for the faint of heart. It is a really brutal, morally complex, and psychologically disturbing experience sometimes that really push your understanding of the Elder Scrolls universe. However, if you like dark fantasy, mystery, and the feeling that nothing ever truly is safe, this is really your kind of mod. Also in this mod, combat is just as challenging as the actual story. Often you find yourself outnumbered, outmatched, and out of luck as well. That's also sometimes a factor being considered in a mod like this. So every fight is a test of endurance, strategy, and let's be honest also, how fast can you spam healing potions, an example. This is really also a very non-forgiving mod. And what makes Beyond Reach truly special, it's not only the horror, its combat, or the dark storytelling, it is the way it makes you feel. So unlike any other of the Skyrim expansion mods we discussed so far, this one leaves you questioning your actions, wondering who you can trust and whether you truly made a difference, yes or no, or just made things worse. You've trekked through Skyrim's snowy peaks, braved the volcanic ashland of Solstheim, But have you ever set foot in the golden deserts of Elsweyr? No? Well, now's your chance. Welcome to Moonpath to Elsweyr, one of the first and most beloved expansion mods for Skyrim. So, your journey begins with a mysterious invitation from a group of traveling Khajiit smugglers. Before you know it, you are on an airship. Yes, you heard that right, an actual airship. This one is soaring beyond Skyrim's borders into the warm, untamed lands of Elsweyr. Now let me tell you, this isn't really the Elsweyr you read about in the books and Elder Scrolls lore. Here, jungle really thrive, deserts stretch for miles, and the ancient Khajiit secrets are waiting to be uncovered. So forget all of the snow and other stuff from the Skyrim region. This is a completely new atmosphere, more in the engine of Skyrim. Elsweyr isn't only about these beautiful new landscapes. This is really a land rich with culture, history, and also of course danger. You'll help Khajiit rebels fight oppression, battle giant predators, and uncover lost secrets of the Moonpath. So, like the name of the mod is. Combat also in this mod, yes, we have it of course, and it is wild. So not only bandits anymore, you're facing now desert raiders, moon priests, and creatures which are really unique to Elsweyr. So what's really cool about these mod DLC sized mods is that you also have your unique kind of enemies. So even Skyrim's best warriors will need to adapt to survive this very hostile land. It's not only danger, of course. What's really amazing about this mod, this DLC size mod, is that you will visit really crazy, good-looking Khajiit settlements, meet fascinating new characters, which is not that hard with the Khajiit, and even learn a bit about the strange and wonderful customs of Tamriel's most mysterious race, the Khajiit. So this is really a special DLC, and it is really something worth checking out as well. So if you ever wondered how it actually is, how the Khajiit live, and how you can be truly in their native land, now you can with this mod. So Moonpath to Elsweyr, I have to say, this is one of the oldest Skyrim expansion mods, but still it holds up pretty cool as one of the most unique and immersive experiences out there. So if you're tired of the snowy mountains, Nordic ruins, and the stuff that which really looks like the Skyrim regions, maybe it's time for you to pack your bags, grab some moon sugar, and set on an amazing adventure unlike any others in this amazing mod of Moonpath to Elsweyr. Imagine a city where time itself is a prison, where one wrong move could lead to disaster, and where the answers you seek may already be long forgotten. Welcome to the Forgotten City, a mod so legendary it became its own standalone game, just like Enderal did. So it all begins with a cryptic plea for help. You arrive in a forgotten Dwemer city, untouched for centuries, where the residents live under a single terrifying rule: if one person sins, everyone dies. So this isn't just any other quest or a quest line. This is a really time loop mystery where every choice matters. Someone is about to break the golden rule, and it's up to you to uncover the truth before it's too late. Will you solve the mystery, or become just another lost soul in the city's history? You have to talk to everyone, gather evidence, and piece together a century-old puzzle. But be warned, nothing is as it seems. And trust, well, let's just say that's in short supply down here. Oh, and did I mention the statues are watching you? Yeah. This means if someone is going to break the golden rule, let's just say you'll know when it happens. With its gripping story, complex character, and multiple endings, The Forgotten City is just one of Skyrim's best mods. It is definitely also one of the best narrative experiences in gaming at all. And the best part, if you love this mod, you can now play it fully as a standalone game with even more depth and surprises waiting for you. So also here, you can just download it, and you don't need to mod it or worry with Mod Organizer 2. This is really a super amazing story. And as always, of course, it is totally free. We all remember how Skyrim began. Bound in the cart, heading for an execution that never happened, and then boom, Alduin showed up. And Helgen is turned into a pile of smoldering rubble. But what if that wasn't the end of Helgen's story? What if you could restore it, rebuild it brick by brick, and turn it into a thriving city once again? Well, that is exactly what Helgen Reborn lets you do. This isn't just, however, a simple town building mod like you can example do at Fallout 4. You're not just throwing down some walls and calling it a day. You're leading the restoration effort, choosing who gets to live in Helgen, recruiting guards, and even uncovering secrets hidden beneath the ashes. So because of course nothing in Skyrim is ever that simple, rebuilding Helgen means facing new enemies, uncovering old rivalries, and dealing with some, well, let's just say unfinished businesses. If you thought it was just a really peaceful little town building experience, no, think again. Helgen Reborn throws some serious challenges your way, and you'll need to find off powerful foes, defend the city, and prove that Helgen deserves really a second chance. But when it's all said and done, when the fires have been extinguished and the walls stand tall once more, you will have done something truly special. You won't be just the Dragonborn, you will be the savior of Helgen as well. So if you're looking for a mod that lets you leave a lasting mark on Skyrim, something maybe a little bit more lightly in comparison with the other darker mods that we handled, well, this mod really combines storytelling, combat, city building, but maybe on a lighter scale, but also very Skyrim lore friendly with, of course, Helgen. Then Helgen Reborn is an absolute must play, and as always, it is completely free. Alright, we've rebuilt towns, fought dragons, uncovered ancient mysteries, but what if Skyrim had a BioWare-style RPG adventure? What if your choices truly mattered, your companions had deep backstories, and the entire story shifted based on your decisions? Well, that's exactly what Warden of the Coast delivers. Inspired by Mass Effect and Dragon Age, this also super amazing expansion-sized mod takes you to a new island where an ancient evil is awakening. Your job? Gather a team, uncover the truth, and make two tough moral decisions that really shape the fate of this land. Because in Warden of the Coast, your choice also matters. And this is something you probably hear a lot, but this is really also the case for this amazing DLC-sized mod. So it's important who you trust, who you betray, and how you load your team will determine who lives, who dies, and whether you even survive this mission at all. So what's important about this specific DLC-sized mod is the companions, because this mod doesn't just give you any random followers like randomly generated, it gives you a full squad, each with unique personalities, but also personal quests and even romance options. So yes, finally Skyrim has somewhat of a BioWare style romance system, and no, it's not just there as here take a sweet roll, now we're married. This is really something deeper than that. So you actually bond with your team, fight alongside them, and make choices that define your relationship. So this is really cool, and again, really something we really miss from the original Skyrim. So will you be like a fearless leader, a ruthless warrior, a peacemaker? In Warden of the Coast, the story adapts to you. And let's not forget the combat, because this mod doesn't just give you a choice, it gives you epic battles as well. You need various strategies, use your team wisely, and face enemies that really try to push to your limits when it comes to combat. So if you ever wished Skyrim had the storytelling depth of a BioWare RPG with tough choices, deep character interactions, and a cinematic experience, then Warden of the Coast is an absolutely must play. So the adventure awaits, and yeah, it's up to you how you are going to handle this. Also, this amazing mod is available for free on Nexus Mods. And then save the best for last. What's better than fighting dragons? Well, hunting them down for profit. Welcome to Wyrmstooth, a mod that sent you on an epic, high-stakes adventure to slay a dragon that's been terrorizing Skyrim's trade routes, but trust me, this is not your average bounty hunt. It all starts with a mysterious contract. A group of powerful merchants need someone to track and kill a dragon. That is pretty much disrupting their businesses. Sounds simple, right? Well, it is just another day in the life of the Dragonborn. No, you have no idea. So you soon realize that Wyrmstooth isn't just some random island, it is an ancient, dangerous and filled with secrets kind of island. And the deeper you go, the more you uncover hidden conspiracies, forgotten runes and forces that you don't want to mess with. And then there is the dragon itself. This isn't just really some random world encounter, this is a scripted cinematic battle unlike anything ever seen in the vanilla Skyrim or its official DLC. For this you need a team, you need a strategy and you need all the firepower you can get to take this amazing, insane, epic dragon down. And if you survive, well, let's just say the real problems are just going to begin. Because Wyrmstooth isn't only about the hunt for the dragon, it is also what happens after that. There are consequences, there are going to be unexpected enemies, and even choices that can affect the fate of the entire island. So this DLC isn't just any regular side quest, this is really an amazing full-size expansion as well, with new locations, new dungeons, and even a player-ownable fortress. So for the last DLC of this list, if you're looking for a legendary dragon hunt, an amazing engaging story, and a world that truly is yours to conquer, then Wyrmstooth is an absolute must play. Just be prepared, the dragon, it is not going down without a fight. And also for this last mod, this is also free on Nexus mods. Alright, there you have it. 10 incredible expansion packs that really transform Skyrim into something far greater than it ever was in 2011. From the haunted halls of Vigilant to the sunlit deserts of Elsweyr to the new thrilling companion-driven stories of Warden of the Coast, these aren't just simple mods, these are entirely new DLC-sized adventures waiting to be explored. So maybe you don't have time to play all of these 10 mods, and if you're wondering where to start, these are my top 3 recommended must-play expansion packs for Skyrim from this top 10 list. It was really hard, but let's start with number 3, Beyond Skyrim Bruma, who goes for the bronze medal. So this is really a super amazing mod. If you really wished ever for somewhat of an Oblivion remake while Sky Oblivion is not out, this is really the closest you're going to get. Bruma is a perfect blend of nostalgia and new content, bringing absolutely Cyrodiil's charm like we have seen in the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion into Skyrim's modern engine. And it is really very high quality, fully voiced, seamlessly integrated with Skyrim, and it feels like a truly official DLC, even better I would say than the original Bethesda's DLC. So really a must play and must have for your collection, for gameplay and extra content. The silver medal goes maybe to somewhat of a choice you didn't really expect. I pick Vigilant because for those who are like me, who want something completely different, challenging as well, also immersive and just a little terrifying and dark, Vigilant really is hands down one of the Skyrim's most unique experiences, most unique horror theme, which really makes you feel disturbed. So this story really dives deep into the Daedric horror as well, and you have this amazing Souls-like combat and atmosphere straight out of a nightmare. I would say this mod pack really is something you should check because I haven't really heard much about it, but this mod DLC will truly push your limits, but in the best way possible. So really something I recommend. It's not as long as some of the big huge DLCs, so also easy to check out. And yeah, for me definitely deserved the silver medal. And at number 1, of course I would say number 1, the gold medal goes to Enderal, The Forgotten Stories. This is really probably also the most known mod, but really truly deserved because Enderal isn't just a mod or DLC sized mod. This is a complete game which you can download from the Steam store for free. And it's built inside Skyrim's engine, of course, but for the rest, this is really Skyrim 2.0. Really amazingly built new world, very well designed, deep characters. You have new class-based gameplay and a mature emotional storyline. And for me, Enderal is truly the ultimate RPG experience, not considered with Skyrim with that in mind, but as a standalone game. Really something unique, and for that really also number 1 you should check. And yeah, I have to say, you know, if you don't have time to check all 10 of the mods, at least check this top 3, because these 3 definitely are DLC-sized mods you don't want to miss. And with that, we come to the end of this video. I was wondering, how do you like these new kind of informational videos? Let me know that in the comments. If you like the content, I really ask you to please consider subscribing if you're not subscribed already, because it really helps me. And I want to say again, thank you very much for watching this video, and hope to see you at one of my next videos.